Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something that, I don't know. The wife has ordered a couple of pieces of furniture again. I've put several of them together. This Ikea style, I guess is what we call it. She's decided that we needed a couple of dressers for the other room. And man, this is about as far as we could get them in the door. These things are heavy. I think that thing weighs 150 pounds probably. That one there is a little bit lighter, but not much. I don't know how they pack so much weight into these darn things. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and put it together, see what it is. I have not even seen a picture of it, so I think this is a woman's dresser, and the other one, I guess we call it a men's dresser. One stands up tall and one sits a little short. I don't know. I'll catch little parts and pieces of this if I come across something I think would be helpful in the process of putting one of these type things back together. So here we go. We'll get her started. Okay, we're well on the way here, but let's talk about the first annoying thing that happens when you're in, well, this is the South. I don't know if it matters, but in the dry winter weather, this styrofoam, oh my goodness, this stuff is everywhere. The styrofoam is broken up. The static cling does not want to let go of anything, and it's going to be everywhere. But anyways, we're starting to unpack it. We're putting it in order. We're getting it laid out in several different locations so I can kind of find the pieces as I need them. We'll go ahead with that, but boy, I have a little vacuum cleaner here. Trying to suck it up and keep it from floating everywhere in the house. But I don't know, it's going to take a little cleanup afterwards too. But you can't just pick that stuff up. It sticks to everything. Anyways, we'll go ahead and keep on unpacking. Okay, I've thoroughly gone through the box, made sure everything was removed from the box so I don't have anything left. Still, I will not just throw this in the trash. I'm going to move this out to the outdoors into the garage for now just to make sure I didn't miss something. But I've got all the parts and pieces in here pretty well laid out. Over in this pile I've got what I would guess to be the basic structure of the frame. So that kind of helps out. A little bit more of the frame and actually a picture of what this is actually doing. So we'll probably list that as one of those. I'm not sure what model this actually is supposed to be. 74, 75, 76. I don't know. We'll look at that a little bit closer. It looks like maybe 74. Seems how that's the number on the hardware box. Those all appear to be the drawer fronts. So those are all in a pile. Over here, all the long trim pieces that I think would probably finish trimming the place out. And over in this stack, I've kind of got them all in number order. What I'm going to assume is mostly going to be drawers. So we pile them all together. We'll open up the book and start putting things together and kind of show you the progress as we go along. And oh, one other thing I did want to mention, when you start taking all this stuff out, make sure you do check for damages. I did have a piece that's got a little bit of damage and I'm not sure exactly where I put it. I'll probably find that. Oh, right there it is. This one here looks like a center divider, I'm going to guess. And it's got some damage here. The facing is coming off a little bit. I think that's going to be buried probably in the back of the drawers where no one will ever see it. This will be the front, I'm pretty much guessing. Being as that's got the finish edge. Is it bad? Yes. Is it worth trying to stop the whole project? I'm thinking probably not. So we're going to probably just continue on unless we find something else serious. We'll go ahead and put it together and not worry about it. So that's one of those things you have to make your own judgment call on. Is it worth sending it back? Is it in an obvious spot? What you exactly want to do with it. But we'll go ahead, go from here. We'll start putting this thing together. Okay, we finished up step 1 and 2, which is basically just putting the tracks on it and a couple of the little pegs in each of the holes. It should look like that when you get to this stage. And I try to set them up as close as I can to the picture orientation so that all my holes lined up, and hopefully that's going to work out for me. So there's the first 2 steps. We'll go on to the next one. Okay, we worked on step 3 and 4 and should look like this. And the only thing we really have to worry about on these tracks is make sure you do, on here they do say CR and CL. Make sure you pay attention. On this side is CL. Put it all together. You simply flop it over and put all your CRs on this side, and that takes care of step 3 and 4. We'll move on to 5. Okay, in step 5 and 6, we're going to start putting the frame together. So we've got the Well, the first one they want you to do is put these together down here on both sides. So it should look like this when you're done, with the rails basically touching the floor. Here would be an easy way to know which way's down. You have to add the little catches inside the box on that one. And then this piece on top goes on. There's 2 wooden dowels. Don't forget to put those in. And then the top will be the smooth side, and then on this bottom side you'll notice there's a groove. I believe that'll take some cardboard or something to cover the rest of that up at the end. So that's the way those will go together. So that's step 5 and 6. We'll go on to the next couple steps. Okay, now for steps 7 and 8, they're just wanting us to put the 2 sides on. So we put this side on. We'll look something like this. We'll have, of course, the 4 catches here, and I'll have 2 dowels here. And don't forget to put them in that back piece so that those fit back together. It'll just have the 2 cranks, and that'll be on the other side. Will look like that. So take care of, like I say, step 7 and 8. Let's go on to 9. Okay, we're going to do step 9 and 10. This right here doesn't give a good clear indication as to which way is up, and this piece is filled with holes. But this is part number 2, and what you're going to have is the curve is going to eventually go down. So where it's showing these 4 pins right here, make sure you put that on the smaller of the 2 sides, I guess is what we would call it. So this is on upside down. There's little pins in the back side back here, the 4, and they're sticking down into these little receivers here. And then you'll have 8 wooden dowels stuck in here, and here. So that'll do it, and then 8 screws to hold it all together, and that'll have this piece done. Stand it up. Should all look like this when we get to this stage, and we'll go on to the next stage. Okay, we've got steps 10 and 11, and we've put in all these pieces. We'll kind of show you where they all go. I don't think there was anything hidden under that. It's just a lot of pieces is all, or the little screws. That's pretty much what we have there. And then these pieces are laid out just like the drawing shows. And all those are in there. And I'm sure, as most have guessed, all these little holes here throughout are going to be put in with the little rings, I'm sure, next. And we'll put all this together and set it on the base. So that's kind of what we got on that one. And we'll go ahead and go on to step 13, it looks like, probably 13 and 14. Okay, step 13 and 14 is basically getting all these pieces and stick them together. Should look something like this when you're completed. And that's really a pretty easy part. And so now we'll go ahead and step on into 15 and 16, it looks like. So let's see what we do with that. Okay, in completion of step 13, just make sure we put it together the same way. This front, if you've had it set in here the whole time, this little curved piece does go in the front, should slide right on there. 14 of the little hold down anchors, go through and tighten all those up. That'll have step 13 complete, or no, step 15 complete. And then step 16 is going to be taking this little piece of back plate here and sticking it in. After we tip this back over again, you may need 2 people to tip this over. It's starting to probably gain a little bit of weight. We'll go ahead and get that accomplished, get it turned over. Okay, we're on step 17, 18. We did the we put our panel in, and we make sure that this little hole is up at the top side, and it just slides down into the groove. Should set down into that groove. We've put all our little catches in. Our dowels are in, all 4 of those. Our top is ready to go. This little bracket here, this will be used as a anti-tip. So this will go into your wall, and that's got to line up with that hole that's there. So all we have to do now is just spin this over, set it on top of the base, and tighten the screws down, and that'll complete step 17 and 18. So we'll go ahead and set that in place now. Have the dresser looking about there, I think. Okay, for the next step is step number 19, 20, we're going to do that, and 21 will be the next 3, which are these little plastic clips that go in here like this with a little screw in there. There's really no place they've got to go in particular. I'll put one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there, and one there. And that just keeps that panel solid, I guess. The anti-tip bracket's lined up here. Now they want me to go ahead and take this to the room and mount it exactly where it's supposed to go at this point. But seems how the wife's not here, I don't know where she wants this. So we're not going to do that part yet. We'll get that at some point when she organizes the room. And step 21, just wanted us to take piece 10, which is this little piece here, set it in place and put the 4 screws in it. And that's got the base done. Should look like that by now. And the next step's going to be putting the drawers together. So we'll start now with step 22, and we've got 6 drawers to put together. So we'll get pretty good at all that, I think, by the time we get those together. We'll go ahead and lay those out and at least show you parts of that. Okay, step 22 tells us to take panels 13, 14, 15, make sure all your grooves are lined up there. So part 15 is your back one. We're going to have one little pig in that peg, in that one, and we're going to have to add the little catch on this side of it and slide it together, and the cardboard bottom should be, well, it's not cardboard, it's masonite, should fit down in the grooves like that, and tighten that up, and you just get a couple of long wood screws, tacky, go into the sides of them, and we're going to repeat this 5 more times, but I think we might go on to putting the face on it next. So let's put that on next, and that'll probably get us pretty close to just like I say, repeating 5 more times. Okay, we've got our drawers about ready to go together. We've got the pins in there. Don't put one in that hole because that's for your handle there. And you have an 11 and you have a 12. And it really don't matter which one you use on which drawers, I don't believe. One's going to be a left-hand drawer, one's going to be a right-hand drawer. And it's mainly because of this spacing here versus this end of it is a lot smaller. So that overhang, I believe, on this one, on 11, I believe it's going to be a right-hand drawer because it's going to leave more on there to come over and go up against that and hang over. So I believe that's how it's going to be. And once you get it to the stage, like I say, we'll just flop it over and set it on there and tighten her down. And that'll have that drawer done. Let's see here. We'll go like that. Should fit right together. And that there. There we go. We'll tighten that down. That's got us a drawer finished. We'll go ahead and, like I say, repeat it 5 more times, and we'll have them ready for the tracks to put on. So I'll go ahead and knock all those out. Alrighty, we've got all the drawers put together. They're laying everywhere. And the next step is step number 25 and 26 is basically just putting our rails on and putting the handle on the front of it. And on those, it's pretty simple. The wheels go to the back of the drawer. They are marked left and right. Of course, if it's upside down, the left one's going to be on the right, and the right one's going to be on the left if you have it set in the orientation I have. And just the 3 little screws. And of course, the handle gets 1 screw through the back and just twist that on. And that's got your drawer ready to go. And then the question would be, the wider of the 2, of course, is going to be on the outside edge. So you should be able to take this drawer and let's see if I can do this one-handed. Set that down into there and shut it, and there we go. I think that would be the right way to go on that. We'll put the other ones together, fit them in there, and then we'll take all the drawers out again and move this in there so we don't have quite so much weight to move it around. But that should have us pretty well done. We'll do that to the other 5 drawers, and we'll see how she looks when she's finished. Okay, we've got one dresser all put together. Let's see, what else can I say about this? Oh yeah, I kind of led you astray here. The skinny side goes to this one, and it fits into that instead of the other way around that I was thinking it was going to do. And this is the wider part. So the wide sides go towards the center. The drawers work really nice. They're smooth going. And they send plenty of hardware. I've got, looks like 2 extra of about everything that they had. So if you do lose one, you have a couple spares. But we're going to call that a project for this one. I've still got the other box to do the other dresser. I'm sure that's going to go together about the same as this one. So missing the center piece. So we're just going to go ahead and wrap this one on up and say, good project. We'll set this in the bedroom and let the wife take over from there. Thanks for watching. We'll go back into the shop and work on another project of some form. We'll see you on the next one.